All right, guys, I like to use just an angle grinder with a cutoff wheel. You need to cut through all those lines that you drew. And you're just needing to cut through the reinforcement strut, not through the outside of the van. If you do a little bit, it's not a big deal because all that's going to be cut out and covered anyway. So after those are cut, you'll have the foam that is going to be right behind this strut. It's adhesive foam. And I find just using a multi-tool just like this, and then you'll run it right down the back side. That's going to get that reinforcement strut off there really easy. You don't want to be yanking on that thing. A couple different reasons. This is sheet metal on the outside. You could put a dimple where there's not supposed to be one. And also it is very sharp stuff. So you don't want to be yanking on it really, really hard and have your hand slipped or something. Reinforcement strut is removed. Your next task is going to be to, in all four of the corners, you're going to drill multiple holes out. That is so you can trace the rounded corners from the outside. And this also depends on what you're using to cut this sheet metal out of here. If you have this guy here, this is called a nibbler. You can literally cut, I'll say 90% of this window out from the inside. The reason I do the holes is mainly actually for this corner here. I find because of the lock post right there, you can't roll the nibbler around the corner most of the time, and the rest of the corners, the nibbler works great. Your other option, which is also a great option for your straights from the inside, is just a Sawzall that you can manage with the longer blade. I don't want you actually jamming the blade all the way through and letting it rest here. If you're doing that, you literally need to mask all of that off so you don't scratch the paint, but you don't have to let it rest. You can actually just freehand that because you're able to follow the stamp line. It's actually really easy to keep that line and to keep the saw nice and under control. The other classic way, of course, is masking the complete outside of this thing off, and then you can use a jigsaw. One thing you do really need to make sure you pay attention to, again, is that lock post. Whatever you're using, whatever blade is, if it's from the outside, you don't want to chop the lock post off. So just remember that.